Yeah, Laurent, what place are you guys in the league? Uh,
Catro. No cinco's. No cinco's. Catros.
eventually it's gonna be Cinco.
Is it?
100%.
Okay, okay. All right. Well, we'll see about that. Now, listen, as the league leaders, right? I humbly come before you guys, and I do ask that you guys do better at setting the tone for what league leaders are supposed to do in these kind of games going forward, right? Representing, right, the stature that you guys are upholding at the moment. So, because that performance, right? Let's be real, it was not it. And yeah, it's pretty much all I ask, right? To make sure that you hold that status.
I mean, wasn't this the first time you guys got 3 points since you won the title against Barcelona at the Bridge?
Oh, and in high fashion did we? In high fashion did we? Our star
High,
man,
high fashion,
high fashion, high fashion,
high fashion,
high fashions. Those goals, what? Are you crazy, bro? You know who created those goals for us in that game?
high fashion. That's
Yeah, yeah. Because ask me, who is the maestro this game for us?
Is there an owl on the recording?
Wait, what would they be now?
Is he saying who?
Oh, oh, don't. Yeah, man. Listen,
Oh
Cole,
shit!
Cole Palmer's back, up to speed, right? Right away, scoring goals
Up
already.
to speed dodging Arsenal.
Yeah, because I mean, listen, man.
Wait, CJ, watch this. What day is it today? Today is the 14th of December. For listeners, viewers, you're going to be hearing this December 15th. Cole Palmer is going to be miraculously injured for the reverse fixture at the Emirates.
Oh my
Book it.
God.
Fucking book it. And CJ knows I'm not talking shit. He knows that's going to happen.
Listen, I don't know what you think Palmer is so scared of at the Emirates, because clearly Wolves did not fear whatever was at the Emirates on that day. So you tell me, man.
I don't think
What?
it was Wolves not fearing anything. I think it's also we let them grow into the game.
I mean, I think on one end, right? If we're all being completely objective here, what happened? Actually, we're. You know what? Are we diving straight into the segment or?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we can get right into it. Yeah, 100%.
Okay, okay. So from my point of view, and I'd be very hard pressed if you guys say anything other than what I'm about to say, but I think what we saw was what Arteta has set up his team to play as up to this point, right? Is a team that when they get the lead, most often than not, they aren't willing to keep pressing, keep being adventurous, and they, take their foot off the pedal. And essentially, right, you allowed a team that up to that point was not willing to engage, was not willing to go on the offense and whatnot, and you allowed them to out of that, right, that the I guess you could say bad habits to start to gain some territory. Um, and it's not the first time we've seen Arsenal do this, if we're being real,
Mm.
right? So that is for me, it's a concerning pattern, right? Because you can't just allow teams to or give them a chance to fight, right? Once you take the lead, you have to look to cement, right? Keep dominating, and frankly, take them out of the game completely, because it can get very dangerous, as we saw, right? And if we're being real, right, that goal, that third goal, right, I mean, it was a crucial goal because if that result stuck, that 1-1, we'd be having a completely different discussion. In terms of the media, I'm pretty sure, right, the stories would have been spun 180, 360. And yeah, the fans would not have been happy with that result at all. So,
Well, half the fans are walking out when it was 1-1.
hmm,
And if I was there, I would also be joining them. I think it was a leggy performance. It was super unconvincing. And I think it was a leggy performance. I think Wolves were the worst team for us to face before being off for a week because we didn't look serious from the moment we kicked the ball.
Mm,
Sure, we made chances. Sure, there was a lot of opportunities that we missed, but it was almost like we were playing like we knew we were gonna win, and that's where the issue was for me. We looked very leggy. We looked like we thought we had already won the game before we actually won the game,
mm,
right? And you heard that in Arteta's post match conference. He ripped into the players. And I'm glad he did, and I'm glad he made it public because how do you put that performance at home when you know you're going to be off for a week, right?
mm-hmm,
And then you saw a player who, again, CJ has called for it, and I've called for it. Declan Rice, like he just walked off, like he shook the referee's hand, and then he just walked off because he was that upset at the performance,
mm.
right? You saw like Nkapie, Saliba, and Timber, like when full time whistle went, you looked at their faces. It was a look of relief, right? And that's not okay. Whether it's against Wolves at home, Chelsea at home, City at home, like that's not okay. Emirates, the way that Arteta's built Arsenal at the Emirates is that it's a fortress, and a lot of teams have come there, and a lot of teams have lost. Big teams have lost as well, and we just looked leggy. We looked like we weren't interested. We looked like we didn't even want to show up for the game, and it was quite disappointing. Um,
So I
I
mean,
mean,
what do you credit that to, right? Because for one, if we're being real, these aren't the performances of like teams that are there to win a season, right? And if you look at like the Man Cities, those teams like they're fierce is bro, they want to take your heart at every single game. Every single minute of that game, they're looking to come at you full stop. They do not you don't drop the ball like right at any moment, right? Because job's not finished. So that's what I want to know is you guys came in this season high expectation. You set the bar high for yourselves. Um, so why like what even gives the opportunity for you guys to give this kind of
but I think
performance?
so. Here's the difference. Why I think this is a sign of champions is one, this isn't a regular occurrence like a Liverpool, which we all knew the way that Liverpool were winning the first 4 or 5 games, we knew it was going to catch up to them, and it caught up to them. When Man City was winning the league for 4 years in a row, the only one year that they didn't have any performances like this was the Centurions. Every other year that they won, they did have weird performances where they were just off it, but they still figured out a way to win. Yes, we didn't score a single goal, but the amount of pressure that we put on Wolves led to those goals to happen. If it wasn't for the pressure that we put on them, those goals would have never happened, right? So if this was more of a regular occurrence, then yeah, I would say, okay, sure, maybe there's something to be worried about. I'm not overly concerned. Um, what I am concerned about is we'll come to it. I'm concerned about our number 9 that we just signed, um, and I'm concerned about the injuries. Right? I think this would. I think I'm just going to chalk this game up as you know we we traveled. It was leggy. We were facing Wolves, where we thought we had it in the bag, and maybe Arteta could have been a little bit more brave and started playing with two number 10s like an Eze Odegaard. Like this was the game to start with something like that, right? If you want to start and you want to just go for the jugular, but maybe he just wanted to control the game because he knew everyone was tired, everyone was leggy, and again we picked up another injury. Ben White, it looks like he may be out for a few weeks with a hamstring, right? So again, it was very unconvincing. I'm still not happy with the performance. But 3 points is 3 points, and I think Arteta's gonna rip into them like he did in the post match presser, and I think he's gonna keep doing it for the week. Before we hear from what CJ has to say, I think um, my two questions walking away from this is, I'll pose it to you first, CJ. Should Arteta have been more positive by playing two tens? And two, What is going on with Gyökeres? Those are the two things that I want to pose to you, and of course your analysis as always.
Sorry, is it for me or Laurent?
For
General
you
for everyone?
first, and then
Okay.
we'll go to Laurent because I know what he's gonna say about Gyökeres.
Okay. Question number one was with lineup. Yeah, I guess for me it ties into how I was going to dissect the game. To be honest, but I mean, yes, I said it to you guys in the group chat. I think we should have started with a more positive, front-footed, attack-minded midfield for sure. So I think that's the simple answer is yes. Gyökeres, there's a concern, but I'm starting to think that it's not only a concern on the player side anymore, right? It's the player, of course, but we also have to know how to use a number nine, a traditional true out and out number nine. So whilst he's been below par, I don't think we've played to his strengths. We've adapted our style of play, and for me, it's a deeper issue that goes back a few years now, and basically this notion and common consensus now that Arteta is not getting the best out of our certain attacking players, right? Like I was talking to this about with someone yesterday about this. It's like Gyökeres scores what close to 100 goals in 2 seasons. We saw him, holding up a trophy and an award for most goals in a season. The award that he was given, I think it was off the back of last season for his goal scoring numbers. So the individual accolades were there, recognized across Europe for being the prolific striker that he was prior to coming to Arsenal. As another player who looked like one of the best players in the Premier League last season. Um, Over the sample size of this season and the number of games that he's played, looks like a shadow of himself at Palace, to be honest. Obviously, moments here and there, but overall, it just hasn't been, like I said, the Crystal Palace as a does that take time as well? That's a new style of player. It's a different kind of player coming into this team. Common consensus for me is like, or the question in return is kind of like, well, why are we not getting the best out of our attacking players?
Mm.
Um, and I think overall, a concern for me is the fact that, yeah, I mean, style of play, patterns of play. This is a Wolves team who's dead bottom of the league at home. It should have been a stat padding game, really, for us. Without sounding super disrespectful, it should have been a stat padding game. Man U went and beat this team 4-1 away from home, and teams have been beating this Wolves side left, right, and center. And we were almost the ones that broke that duck of consistent L's on the board for them and giving them an extra point out of nowhere. Which that would have been just I couldn't even fathom that result ending 1-1. Like that's just embarrassing. It's a joke, and quite frankly, we're sitting at a privileged position here talking about um, this performance and dissecting it in the way we are. Considering the fact that we still win the game, we got the 3 points, so, which is that's probably the only positive in the end. So that's a good starting point. Is we got 3 points, we won the game. Um, but it's important to talk about what I think are our bigger issues, to be honest. And again, for me, it just mainly stems around attack. That 45 minutes in the first half, even led on into the second half, was probably considering we won the game, was probably one of the worst games performance wise of the season. Um, yeah, so there's for me there's major concerns there. I'm just not seeing under Arteta. I'm just not seeing attacking patterns. Patterns of play, attacking. Free flowing football. I'm not seeing that at the moment. I'm just being honest. I'm not liking what I'm seeing with how we attack. And I know, yes, he wouldn't have gone out there wanting the game to go the way it did. He was kicking water bottles and he was frustrated throughout the game. We've seen, but I think he's just as culpable. Maybe the players came out a little bit complacent, but he was culpable in a different way. Not that he was complacent. I'm sure his message to the team before the game would have been, "Don't take this team or any game lightly in the Premier League," and we saw that with, maybe some of the players that he put out on the pitch. But his complacency maybe came in a different way. I don't like his lineup, how he started the game.
Not at all.
Um, in two areas. Not only did I think that he could have started with the one holding mid and have two sort of, dual number 10s or two attacking eights. I think he also in the back line he got it wrong to start with. And that's from the player management side. And I'll tell you why. Because Ben White started this game at right back. In hindsight's a wonderful thing, I get it. But, considering we're short right-sided defenders at the moment, right? Mascara's injured. Um, I think this was the way he set up the back four was the last thing any of us would have predicted if we were, were going into the weekend doing a predicted 11. It's like why we've never seen Timber and Saliba at center back at Arsenal all season or even last season. Look, where does that come from? Right? We want to keep that continuity in center back, in my opinion. And if you're going to play, what I mean by this, if you're going to play Saliba, you got to play Capie beside him for as long as Gabriel is out. Because let's be real, until Gabriel comes back, I think that's going to be the center back pairing. Certainly now that we're short defenders again, it's going to be Saliba and Capie, and you would have wanted to continue that relationship, right? That chemistry that those two can continue to form. And it's as simple as that. That should have been if Saliba was going to play, that should have been the starting center back pairing, no doubt. Saliba and Hincapié. Timber should have just slotted back in at right back, and your left back should have been Miles Lewis Skelly. For me, that's we're overprotective of our academy players, but that's almost like a diss thing for me. It's like why can't Lewis Skelly start this game? We're at home against Wolves. Why are we doing this makeshift? I don't know. I'm not sure what he was trying to see there. What he was trying to do. Like Miles Lewis Skelly should have easily started this game. This is a player who needs minutes, and this is what Pep has been good at in terms of man management and player management. Is in order to keep everybody engaged and involved and feel like everyone is part of this team and the squad and the system is you give the players minutes here and there where you can and keep everybody engaged and involved. You rotate accordingly. And Calafiori's out. Easily, Miles Lewis Skelly should just slide in at left back, next man up. Why are we moving around the whole entire back four? It was so weird.
Try to
It's
get
just
cute
next.
with it.
Yeah, it's just next man up. You play Miles Lewis Skelly, right? Young kid at home. He could easily perform against Wolves at home. If we can't play him at home against Wolves, then we have big issues in terms of trusting our players there, right? But it should have been as simple as that. You don't move around the back four too much. You keep Saliba and Hincapié at center back together to build that that relationship until Gabriel comes back, because that's the relationship that we're going to need to keep building until Gabriel is back. You slot Lewis Skelly in at left back, and you keep Timber at right back, and you give Ben White a rest and keep him on the bench, because Ben White's barely played any minutes this season prior to the last 2 weeks, and now he's all of a sudden come in and played 3 or 4 in a row, right? And that's very demanding on a player who's short match fitness, and now the guy's injured.
Mm-hmm. And now we're short again.
And Timber's going to have to go back to playing week in week, because this is not no short-term injury for Ben White. He looks like he's going to be out for at least a month minimum. This is a hamstring injury, 3 to 4 weeks at the very best. So now we're going to have to run Timber back into the ground again. In a game like this, you didn't need to play both of your only right backs together. You keep one on the bench, you keep rotating them in and out. And now it's going to cost us. And now we're going to have to hope and pray that Timber can stay fit and play 90 minutes for the next 3, 4, or 5 games, however long it is. Like, it's ridiculous. Don't know from the management side of things. But yeah, like I said, I think overall concerning thing for me is again, whilst I'm not blaming Arteta in terms of him being complacent and him saying, this is an easy banker 3 points. I'm concerned from the attacking style of play sort of thing, and that continues to be the case, because like I said, it's just I can't fathom that all these great attacking players with great attacking CVs and resumes come to Arsenal and now they look shit. Like, what's going on? Like, we just don't look fluent. We're not getting the best of our attacking players. If it's 1 or 2, sure, I get it, but it's now the only player that has consistently looked good in this team from an attacking point of view is Bukayo Saka. We all know that. And he showed it again today, or in the game yesterday, and he rescued us once again. I know he didn't score directly, but it's his contributions. It's him always being involved that got us over the line once again, and otherwise, yeah, like I said, it's just concerning. I need to see more. There's no doubt for me that he's obviously a great defensive coach and a great defensive-minded coach. We've got brilliant defending players and defenders, and we defend well as a team for the most part. But attacking-wise, I need to see him put his coaching and his philosophy and changing something up in attack to make us look just as good as in attack as we do defense. It's just not flowing in attack at the moment. And there's still clearly those teething issues with trying to break down low blocks for me. And that's my biggest concern and takeaway from the game. One other thing I wanted to point out before we bring Laurent back into the mix is something that he touched on as well, actually, which is a concerning pattern for me lately is us, getting the goal that we need, whether it was the equalizer at Villa, whether it was the equalizer against Chelsea at the Bridge, whether it was the go-ahead goal in this game to put us up 1-0. We get that goal that we need, and then it's like we retreat, and then we sit off. And it's like that momentum is gone. We saw, again, like I said, just as early as Villa last week, the way we started that second half against Villa and we got the opening goal, you would think we were going to go on to win the game. It was we were playing very well. And then all of a sudden we just drop our level. It's like we get the goal and then we drop. Why are we doing that? That's it's not the same thing at the bridge, right? We went down 1-0 at Stamford Bridge and we got the equalizer. And from that point onwards, against a team with 10 men, you go on and win that game. But we just, again, we dropped our level. We just kind of dropped back and conceded. And we want to keep this control. And we want to, like, no, just go for the, pause and all and everything I'm going to say next. But you gotta penetrate, bro. Like, really and truly, you gotta go for it. I'm not being funny, bro. Like, this is not, when you see an opportunity there, you gotta seize it. Like,
I mean, you could
I
have just
don't.
said go for the jugular. You didn't need
Yeah,
to.
that's what I thought.
You
That's what
didn't
I
need to
thought
say
you
the
were
P
saying.
word, bro. Like this man.
Like what?
Listen, man. It's wild. It sounds wild to say, but it's like, I don't know, man. I don't. It's like, you bring her home. You get to the stage where you're in bed. The clothes are off, and it's like you're not willing to penetrate. It's like, like you want to have more talking time. You want to grab a tea before. No, bro. Just
I
deal with
mean,
the
I
thing,
mean,
bro. Penetrate.
they do play in London. Tea time is very important.
Oh man, but it's like
No,
fucking
I
hell,
no, I
man.
hear. No, I'm just fucking around. I hear what you're saying. No, I totally agree with you. I
No, you know
totally
what I
agree.
mean? I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Like, we get the goal that we need, and it's like we sit off, and we at the point that you gotta kind of make the momentum count for much more. You get the second goal, you get the third goal, and again, to Laurent's point, um, so this Man Cities of the world, they smell blood and they go for it, and they kill the game before there's even an opportunity for the opposition to get back in it. Um, that's all I'll say really on the negative side of things, I guess. But one thing I will say, maybe in opposed to what you were saying, Laurent, is teams, winning teams will have these kind of games. Even the best of champions, the Invincibles had it. City teams of the past have had it. You know, at the end of the day, a game like this, if we continue to do what we need to do, this is just going to be another 3 points. And in a season, every champion does have these games where you drop your level, but you still manage to win. It's not as consistent as you think in terms of every single game is like, go, go, go. You look brilliant. You look convincing. You win every game, and it looks like, easy on the eye. There are games that champions will win, where they've looked poor, and then the narrative comes out after those games, and it's usually, kind of like Murdoch said, two champions will find a way to win even when they're playing poor. And we're hoping this was a case of, we just played poor, but we still got the 3 points. So you can look at it that way. That's sort of a positive thing. But I think overall there is a concern for me because this is not a one off, right? I think we're in a weird spell at the moment, if you guys ask me, in terms of how we're playing. Obviously, the run that we went on, I guess prior to the Chelsea game, right, where we were keeping clean sheets, right? We're not doing that anymore. We look kind of shaky at the back at the moment. I'm not as convinced that we're going to keep clean sheets nowadays. Now, whether that's down to Gabriel being out, which probably a big part of it is because he's a big loss. He's a leader in our back line, you know. But it doesn't look like we're going to keep clean sheets anymore at the moment. We're not looking too assured at the back, and yeah, we're just in this weird spell. Like I said, from the Stamford Bridge game onward, Villa, a couple other games where it's like we look like we're we're vulnerable. We look like we don't look as convincing as what we did in the October to November months period where every game was just WWW. Like right now, it looks like a little bit of a rocky spell we're going through, and I mean that mostly in terms of performances. You watch us and some things just don't look as convincing. But we have a week's rest now, and I think we're gonna need it, man, because yeah, these players need to regroup fully.
I think the rest comes at a good time.
Yeah.
It comes at a good time. But Laurent, what do you think? From my question, do you think from your point of view, do you think it was that Arteta needed to start with more of a positive lineup with two tens, especially at home, or do you think the bigger issue is the fact that we're not getting the best out of our new number nine?
Well, so to answer the first part of that question, right? If I'm being completely real, I think like irrespective of how the lineup was set up, right? If you went even with two defensive midfielders, as opposed to one, um, there were certain sequences in that game on the offensive side of things, right, that just shouldn't have played out the way it played out, right? And it to me, it almost seemed like you guys ran out of options, for, right? There was a lot of times too where it's almost they were set up so perfectly defensively, right? Low block style that at some point, let me try lobbing this ball in, right? Almost like a Hail Mary type of attempt, right?
Hmm.
And then you guys just give it back to the keeper, right? I think I remember like about three or four of those in the first half, right? And again, you can even have like those two defensive midfields, but it's like you have to be resourceful, is what I'm trying to say, right? Because for one, right, not all games are the same, right? Not all teams are set up the same, and players have to know that, right? Like if you're facing an opponent, right? Okay, maybe you make the pass the first time, the second time you realize it's not working, right? But then that first half, I think you guys attempted that same type of pass, right, three or four times, right? And you're just giving away, giving away. And to me, it's almost like, well, like the players aren't even looking to take a certain form of an initiative. Maybe someone has to carry the ball in, right? Or look to the displace a player. And funny enough, I think the player that I was looking at to do that was Eze, right?
Hmm.
He received the ball near the penalty area, right? But he's not looking to do anything of substance to it to beat a man and then because that's what it takes, right? When a team is set up that well, passing it around sideways, you're not gonna right.
Hmm.
You're not right, especially if you're not making those passes with speed. Um, and again, at the same time, they're already set up in a certain way, right? So it's hard to look to beat them that way. So, right? So it takes a man, right, to beat one Sony now, right? You have a numerical advantage in some ways, right? And then now maybe you can look to make a pass to a free man, and then you go from there, right? But no one was doing that,
Hmm.
right? Um, and that's to me is concerning because, right, like in different types of games, right? Against different, better type of oppositions, right? That's what it takes, right? Like even when you look at like the Neymar, I don't know if you remember during the World Cup. I forgot what team he faced, right? But I believe the game was like it was tied, and they managed to score because of his willingness to just drive the ball in, right? And the other
Yeah, I
team
think I
was
remember what game you're talking about.
yeah,
Croatia for the
yeah,
knockout
yeah,
round game.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
And that team, they were defending well, right? They
Hmm.
were set up, right? You're not gonna pass and move it around like on that part of the field. No, it takes an attacking minded player to be willing to do that, right? And so I
Penetration.
yeah, pretty much that, right? Like the P word, right, as they say. And I think now I'm tying it back to what CJ said in terms of the coaching, right? So now when I look at this, I'm thinking, well, there's two things here, right? Is the coach not allowing his attacking players to want to express themselves in that way, right? And he's taking a more conservative approach, right? Um, and because again, even when he brought in the other 10, right, or the other attacking players, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, you guys were shaking it up a bit more, but it didn't look convincing as well. And I mean, you guys end up scoring, right? But it was a worldy of a goal in terms of I forgot what you even call that goal when you score from the corners. There's a term for it. Um, but that's what it took. You see what I mean? And if it wasn't for that, right? Like who knows how long it would have taken, right, for someone to like look to create something, right? Create a bit of magic, as they say, right? So that's why I'm saying like in a game like I don't even know if had you even started with two tens, right? What does that look like in terms of you guys looking to create, right? And CJ did mention, and I think you guys both mentioned this earlier on in the season, but you guys do struggle playing against low block teams. Um,
That's why I'm
and
shocked that Madueke didn't see the pitch
mm,
because this game called for Madueke.
right, yeah, yeah, and
Because he drives. He
mm,
drives at you and he causes mayhem. Not to
mhm.
say that Martinelli deserved to be dropped, but this game was a Madueke game. This game would have been perfect for Saka to get the rest. You can start with Martinelli and Madueke, and if it's not going well, you take Martinelli off, you flip the wings, right?
So
Like
can I ask you? Actually, I'm curious to know. Now that we're talking about that, so who would you have taken off? Are you talking about Madueke should have started, or you're saying
started.
he should have
He
come
should have
on?
started.
Should
And
have
if he
started.
was coming on, I would have taken Martinelli off.
So you play him on the left.
Yeah, and I would have swapped the wings for like 10 minutes just to see what they do. But
And if
this
you had
game
started
called for
him,
Madueke.
if you had started him, would you have therefore
Rest,
had Saka on the bench?
yes, because I think he needs rest with the games that are coming up. I would prefer to be able to use him 100% healthy, no knocks, no nothing at Everton, and then have him 100% ready for Palace. Because
Yeah.
again, we're still facing Villa before the end of the year. That's a huge game now. Not to say that the first game wasn't huge, but this game is even bigger with what they did this weekend. So for me, yeah, this game was a Madueke game because he is perfect for a low block because he's just gonna run at you. Not to say that Saka won't, but th- like it's a little bit more controlled with Saka. Madueke is like, I'm just gonna pick up the ball. I'm just gonna run at you. I'm literally just gonna run at you. You're either gonna take the ball off me, you're gonna foul me, or I'm gonna weasel my way through, and then who knows what's gonna happen, right? Cause a little bit of mayhem. That's what he did for his goal at Bruges, right? Um, so
I can I ask one more quick question, sorry, before we move on. This question is for Laurent because I want to know from like an unbiased, non-Arsenal fan like perspective, like you as a maybe not even a neutral, maybe you wouldn't even be unbiased because you want us to draw points, but just generally from somebody who's not a fan of the club and what you're seeing when you watch Arsenal at the moment, like. Do you enjoy watching us play? Like, how do you feel about the football that you see? Like, does it look like good football to you? Like, what? I mean, I know you're kind of answered already, but I want you to like elaborate on it a little bit because it's easy for us or like some Arsenal fans to just say, yeah, like, well, we're still picking up the points, which is true, or we're still winning games, whatever. But like, maybe some fans will downplay the fact that attacking football doesn't look great, or maybe to some fans the attacking football would look great, right? But from you as a neutral, somebody watching Arsenal, like, what do you see when you watch it? Like, does it look convincing on the eye? Does it look like a good? Do you see attacking patterns there yourself? Do you know what I mean? Do you see patterns of play that you like? Like, what is it that you see when you watch us at the moment?
Well, I mean, okay, before I answer that question, right? And because you did say, right, that maybe I might not be unbiased, but if you remember, I think it was last podcast or the podcast before, I criticized my own team, my own manager for the type of football we were playing, right? Um, because right, like the whole possession, looking to be controlled, right? No attacking patterns, right? These kind of things. So, uh, based off of that, right? If I'm being completely objective, um, I think I do. I can't even remember which game it was, but there was one game where, yeah, like the attacking patterns were definitely there. But I think overall for me, like even off of last game, I'd say more so no, because I think, and again, it's not a bad thing because it's like you said, right? Like at the end of the day, it's the results that do count, right? It's getting those 3 points. And if that's how, right, Arteta is willing to go about it, then by all means, because I think we can all agree that for him, it's the defense first, right?
Yeah, for
It's
sure.
a defensive philosophy. And funny enough, when you kind of gauge it that way, it's not surprising then that, well, we score one and then we look to maybe be a
Hmm.
bit more conservative, try to control, right? Um, whereas
Which is
not
a
all,
risky game.
yeah, yeah, right. And not all managers play that way, right? Like I think his polar opposite would become someone like a Hansi Flick, where
mm,
now, right, you're looking to be more so all out attack, um, and you're hoping that is your defense, right? Essentially, if you're able to,
Yeah,
right. So, yeah, I'd say that. But in terms of the pattern of play, I mean, funny enough, the most worrying part is the number nine is not engaged, right? And I think for any team, that is a critical aspect, right, of your offensive pattern of play, right? If I'm seeing that a number nine does not get into the score sheet, right, with a certain level of frequency and consistency, there's a concern in the pattern of play there, for me by default, right? Because why have a number nine, right? And if anything, those teams are usually maybe playing with a false nine, right? Um, or someone of
hmm,
of that stature, right? So, um, yeah, no, I'd say I think there is a bit of concern, and like I said, even in terms of the whole possession game. I did criticize it even in the chat, right? The whole looking to build slowly, right? You're not looking to break lines with certain passes, right? Making those kind of now for me, I don't like it too much, right? Because it doesn't add a certain level of dynamic to the game that we have seen in earlier years, right? Where football was a bit more free, right? With a bit more, or sorry, less constraint. Um, and again, right? I think now it's all about managers and their philosophies, right? And that's what we're seeing, right? So, and if it gets the results, it gets the results, right? So it's like nothing fans say is going to change that, essentially, right? Because at the end of the day, right, every manager feels like that their philosophy is what's best for the team, right, and best for the assets that they hold in terms of the players. Um, and yeah, so it is what it is, right? But yeah, for me, I think the on the offense, there's a lot more that he could do if he wasn't willing to be as conservative in his approach. Yeah.
Hmm. Interesting. Yeah, I think it was. I think it. Yeah, I think lineup wise, it was. I just don't get it. You're at home, and you just saw what happened with Wolves, and the thing is, I don't want to discredit Wolves because they had a very good performance against Aston Villa, a way that it was 1-0, right? This is the same Aston Villa team that beat us. This is the same Aston Villa team that's in third place that is in the title race. Um, so not to take anything away from Bulls, but I think you would any neutral fan, any pundit would have expected more out of the Arsenal. So again, 3 points on the board. We're still no panic, um, but some worrying signs that we've seen, and hopefully we can get ahead and kind of put that to rest because the next game is big too. Everton at the Hill Dixon Arena next week. That's gonna be a big game as well. Um, before we get to that, Premier League. I messaged you guys about this game. Um, Mo Salah came on. He was involved in the squad. Apparently, him and Arnie Slot had a conversation, and he was in the squad. Fortunately, Joel Gomez, another injury. Poor guy, man. Like, I mean, as a neutral, like I just feel for Joe Gomez. Just came back from injury, and now it looks like he has another long-term injury. He came off. Dominic Szoboszlai slotted in that right back position, and Salah came on as the right wing and played well. I would say he played well. Um, they won 2-0. Salah had an assist. But my only question to both of you is, again, I'm gonna ask the same thing. Was that the last time that we saw Mo Salah in the Liverpool jersey?
Honestly, I want to say no. Yeah, I want to say no.
Hmm.
And I would hope not, if I'm being completely honest.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. I would hope not. Yeah, like plus, I like that, right? They with this win, I think they climbed up a few spots on the table. There's a
They're
certain,
sitting in sixth
mm,
behind Crystal Palace.
right. Yeah, no, so there's a certain right, a certain resurgence going on there, and yeah, I'm hoping they perform. Right? Like I said, man, I like it when all the big boys, everyone's performing, right? It just makes it a lot more interesting. And yeah, you want to see people play to their level, right? That's what everyone pays their tickets for, right?
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, I'm hoping it's not. Even I think he got like a standing ovation, it seems,
Yeah, when
at the end of the
when he
game. Yeah,
came on, and then at the end of the game, the cop end was singing his name. Yeah, it's I don't
yeah,
know. CJ,
yeah.
what do you think? Do you agree with Laurent?
Um, hmm.
Because we know Laurent. His second team is Liverpool. So.
Um,
He does have an affinity for red clubs, so he just picked the wrong one.
hmm. Um, it depends. You know what? I think the starting point for that to answer that question is it depends when the AFCON ends. Like, does it run into February and or does it end in January still? I think it ends in February, right?
AFCON. December 21st to January 18th.
Okay, okay. I thought it ran into February. The
No,
reason
the
why I say
last
that,
finals is January 18th.
the reason why I say that is because if it ran into February, right? Say Egypt was still in a position where they're, in the competition going into February, that would be the only reason why um, Salah, this would have been his last game, right? Whereas, if it ends in January still, I'm not sure they're going to be able to sanction a sale in time for him, um, not to be able to play, right? So what I mean by that is like if he comes back from the AFCON, um, and he's still at the club, I think that will be because they may be trying to move him on actively, or whatever, but I don't think it'd be easy just because of the wages that he's on. Um, right? And so much that would go into a big transfer like that. I think that's something that would rumble on toward the end of January, and I think could happen on like close to a deadline day. So I think so much time would have to be put into the transfer that he'd come back to the club, say when AFCON finishes, come back to the club in January still and still be in and around the club just because you can't get a sale of that stature, that magnitude that quickly. Unless maybe, like Saudi does come in right away and just throws the bag at it and says, hey, we're taking the player, boom, we're gone, which could happen. But yeah, I think we are starting. Like I think it's inevitable. Like the start of the end for Salah at Liverpool. It's just the speed in which it happens. Right, he'll probably still be at the club before I think a final sale is sanctioned because again, like I said, just I think a lot of time and stuff is going to go into such a big financial outlay and a financial transfer.
Mm,
Um, so I think he will still be at the club, but I think it'll kind of still be the beginning of the end. If you see what I'm saying.
fair. Okay.
Wait, so you guys don't think that? Because I mean, he had a good performance, right? Um, and honestly, man, like if I'm Arnie Slot, right, like or the other uh board members, whoever, and I look at that. To me, it's like you can play, right? You have those abilities are still there, and right, you said what you said. Mind you, right, inappropriate, right? You make it known, but I feel like it's something that can they can get past, if you see what I'm saying, right? Because he's shown that he can be dangerous, right? Like I said, also his defensive work rate, right? He did show that as well, right? So it's to me in terms of performance, it's all positive, right? So now it's just a question, well, can we get past this, right? And I don't see a reason why not. If both parties are willing to, right? You put your ego, your pride aside, right? Why not, right?
It's an unwanted distraction, if I'm being honest with you.
Really.
Yeah. Like if I'm Liverpool, it's an unwanted distraction. Because then the next time he gets dropped,
How is he gonna? Yeah, is
conversations
he
gonna
gonna?
come
Yeah,
up
like
again.
I'd be curious to know how he'll react exactly when that kind of thing comes
Because
up
it's
again.
gonna
Because this,
happen.
yeah, he's
It's
gonna get
gonna
dropped
happen.
again, or he's gonna come off the pitch. How
Yep.
are you gonna react? Yeah.
Yep. It's an unwanted distraction. And I think that was the last time that we saw Salah in a Liverpool jersey. The only thing that I could maybe see is like, yeah, maybe when he comes back, depending on when Egypt get knocked out, if they go all the way, then sure, he's going to come back towards the end of January. But if Egypt get knocked out early, maybe there's more discussions with Saudi clubs to see what they can do and speak to his agent and stuff. But I think Salah's gone. I think and he'll be gone this January because I think what they're going to try to do is sell him and bring in a defender because they need a defender badly.
Hmm.
Do you think it's above Arne Slot? And what I mean is, if Arne Slot were to get sacked, do you think then it would be a scenario where Salah stays, or do
No,
you think, regardless, like they just, yeah,
yeah, I think because he didn't just make it about slot; he made it about the
he
club, and this
disrespected
is
the
the
club? Yeah.
This is the second time that he's done that. He did that once with Klopp, and now he did it again with Slot.
Mm.
I mean, Slot deserves to be sacked, to be honest with you. Why are you dying? What did I say that's so funny?
You know what you did there. But honestly, no. But all jokes aside, do you actually still hold that position? Because actually, if it's so weird this Premier League, because I'm like, yo, I'm looking at the table and like they fucking just jumped to six. All of a sudden, what is it? Two points behind Chelsea, and like I swear the last time we looked at Liverpool, they were what 10th, 11th, and it's like that's how
I
tight
think that says
this table
more
is.
about Chelsea's inability to secure 3 points than it does about Liverpool. I'm just being serious. I'm just being serious.
Hmm. Maybe
That
I should.
that red card for Moise Caicedo fucked Chelsea hard.
Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have used Chelsea's name specifically. That's a trigger point. But I guess kind of what I meant is that they're 2 points off the top four essentially, right?
Yeah.
Um, so they're honestly still kind of in the mix in that sense. And whereas not too long ago it seemed like they were way off. You know what I mean? Like it seemed like they were out of the picture, even quite literally having to scroll to see them in the standings. But now all of a sudden, you see them up there, and they're like I said, not too far off the top four. Um, so, would you be concerned? Okay, from an Arsenal lens, would you be concerned about a resurgence that puts them back into the title race? No.
As long as Arnie Slot's at the helm, no.
Mm.
Hmm.
Did Isak play today, boys? Do you guys
He did.
know?
He came on, I believe, for a little bit.
I mean,
Doesn't
talking about
he?
number nines that are taking a while to get going. I mean, he hasn't kicked on yet at all, right? Now, Ekatike is the guy there. He's the main
Ekitike
man.
should be. He's the best sign next to Granit Xhaka. I think he's been the best signing.
I think I agree with that.
Bro,
Like,
didn't I swear I told you guys after he took off his shirt, he got that red card, and you guys were like, "Oh, oh, like like losing you guys about to lose sleep." But I told you, bro, that guy made a statement. So every Liverpool fan, when he did that, he let you know from the jump, I'm the guy, bang on it. And look, now he's scoring for fun. So yeah, man, you want to see that, bro. You want to see some passion in your players, right? And we don't all want to be managed by Artetas that are out here programming us to be like robots, no emotions, right? Nah, man, we want to spice things up, right? So
mm,
yeah, man. Mm.
mm. Coming to a team that likes to spice things up, Chelsea finally got 3 points, and they had to do it
In
against
style, in
against a
style.
team who has not won at the bridge since 1994. So it only took you guys, a team that hasn't won there for 30 years for you to get all 3 points. But I sent you the post match conference for Enzo, and he was making some wild ass, lame ass excuses. But you said it wasn't excuses. You said he was just
What, the one about like we played without Moise Caicedo for right X amount of games, without
whose
Cole
fault is that?
Palmer
Who
for
like
X amount of games? Hey
so?
man,
Other teams do it. Other teams have players that are injured.
their star player?
Yes, we have star
No,
players.
no, 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 no. Their star player, star player.
Also, you only have a one star player after $2 billion spent.
Every team has one star player, in my opinion. Like, yes, you have many, but you have the one guy, right? So
Yes, we
Barca,
had
mhm.
Saka injured, and we were still winning.
When this season?
Yes,
Well, how many games did Saka miss this
I
season?
think it was five.
Okay, and how many did he play?
Well,
It's
when he
probably like
played,
10, right?
yeah.
Okay. So he has
But you
a
spend $2 billion and everything unravels because of one player.
Oh, that's a good point. He has a point, Murdad. You're right. I agree with that actually. Squad should be strong enough and shouldn't fall apart without that one guy.
well, for one, I mean, I think why are you laughing?
Because I'm just waiting for the excuses to come in.
No, but
You
listen,
sound like Arnie Slot now.
if we're if we're if we're being pretty objective, right? When
We're
did
always
Chelsea
we're always objective, bro.
when did Chelsea drop points?
After they won the title against Barcelona.
No, 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 no. Dial it back, right? Because for the beginning of the season, Chelsea started off strong, right? and then suddenly the red cards starting to come. Okay,
Okay, so I'm
so
looking. I'm just
so
looking. So let's
so
see.
now we're getting right. We're it's disciplinary issues.
So you guys dropped points against Brentford away. You guys lost to United. You guys lost
Yeah,
to,
red card.
yes, red card. You guys lost to Brighton, red card.
Hmm.
You guys beat Liverpool. You guys lost to Sunderland, no red card.
No, no, but no. Our two bad spells, right? Or like the periods when we had like bad spells were red cards, disciplinary issues, right? Followed by the next spell, red card, Moise Caicedo, and then you have that as a result, right? So it is what it is, right? Like we have guys. It's a young squad. They still have experience that needs to be gained, and I think like next year we won't see these kind of mistakes, right? Irrespective of the injuries that players suffered, but again, right? Chelsea's downfall this season has been the disciplinary issues.
Mm. So you're just happy with the win? All good?
Oh, the win was fantastic, bro. You guys see the goals, the setups?
I didn't actually know.
I did, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Palmer's goal was Palmer's goal was nice.
Yeah, and who set
See,
that
I
up?
give credit.
Yeah, but who set that up?
I don't remember. I was just watching his goal. I didn't really care
Mm.
who set it up.
See, but that's the thing, man. That's the one thing you have to watch for, right? Because it was Marlo Gusto, right? Coming in from
Oh my God, stop this Malagusta bullshit.
bro, what do you mean? That pass was a midfielder's pass. If you watch that, bro, threaded through the lines, inch perfect. And then to top things off, he went and scored. Malo Gusto went and scored the second goal. So, right, these are the patterns of plays that I think Chelsea fans are looking for. So it's good to see, and it's just going to show you that with Cole Palmer on our side, I think this squad is looking a lot more dangerous. And see you guys in the EFL.
Or what it's showing is that $2 billion can be undone by a $55 million player. So verdict's still out there. We'll see. We'll see if you guys can finish in the top four. Let's you know. Oh, you guys. I just just love taking my jabs.
All right, keep at it, bro. Don't worry. We'll see you
All
again.
right. Fulham. They got away with one. They got away with one, beating Burnley 3-2 at Turf Moor. Three first half goals, and then they almost gave it up. I think Burnley had a really good chance on like the 89th minute or something to score, and they missed. But yikes, Burnley. Burnley is Burnley looks like they're going straight back down, sitting on 10 points, 3 points away from West Ham, and 6 points from safety. So yeah, they do not look good. Um, Aston Villa. Did you guys watch this game, or did you guys watch any of the highlights?
No, they were down again, weren't
Oh,
they?
Oh my God, fucking Villa, man. Yes, they were down, and they came all the way back to win. Morgan Rogers, wow. He
He's
like wow.
he's a
no, he's
baller.
He like he yeah. He scored a brace, and they came all the way back. And now again, I've said it a couple times on this pod. That game against Villa at home is going to be massive, massive. Because if we don't get all 3 points, I mean, hey, the robot and co are gonna take over, and I don't really see them stopping. So yeah, that was a crazy comeback. Part of me feels for West Ham because I don't want to see London clubs get relegated, but to be honest with you, I performances like that hurts. That really hurts. And they don't have goal differential to go in their favor either. They're -3 because Leeds defensively are better. So Um, to all my Spurs fans, do you guys know Abby? I think CJ, I've sent you a couple videos of her. Abby, she's a Spurs
Yeah,
fan in UK.
yeah, yeah.
Oh man, I was watching her lose her mind on Talk Sport radio. Oh man, I enjoyed every second of it. How dare you, Abby, talk shit about Arsenal? How dare you?
What
Yet
was she saying?
just saying, oh, Arsenal are gonna bottle it, blah 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 blah. Bitch, please. Fucking get a win first on your so-called really good away form. Like, worry about your own club. Sure, you think that Spurs are a bigger club than Arsenal in Europe. No, they're not. No, they're not. They're not a bigger club. Putting performances like this, three not like it. It could have been more. It could have been more. And she's the same person that compared Vicario to Ramsdale, saying Vicario's better. She's the same person that said Vicario's better than Raya. Come on, girl. Like, you're just embarrassing yourself. Like,
To be fair though, like two goals, two other goals were I don't think any keeper is stopping that.
yeah,
Two The
but
two goals that Nottingham Forest goal, bro, like it's like world class goals, right? No, you're not no keeper is stopping that.
yes, but where's the midfield to stop those chances? And if you have such good away form, you can't even put one past Forest, who are bottom of the league.
Mm.
Inexcusable. Inexcusable. If a team should get relegated instead of West Ham, it should be Spurs and Co. Because they are disappointing as fuck. Um, CJ, did you captain Holland this week?
Of course, man. And you were telling me, I should change it and this and that. No, man, I can't. For as long as he's fit and healthy, every game you have to keep him as your captain, man. That guy is just a sure thing.
He scored. They keep winning. The inevitable are taxes and Holland scoring right now. He's fucking. He's yeah. There's just something about this idiot. Fucking hate him, but he's
I
so
don't know
good.
about you guys, but this was a. I didn't see the game. I didn't see any of the highlights, but that was a
Statement.
worrying and statement scoreline for me.
Yep. I watched the game. You could sense in the players and their celebrations, like it was a message sent
Yeah.
because everyone thought that they were going to go there and drop points, and they went and they dominated. Like Palace did not get a sniff at the ball. So
So what do you put that down to as someone who watched the game? Did Palace actually look fatigued, which is something we might have predicted would have happened ahead of time? Like,
they
did they
did
look
look
like they?
fatigued. Like Mateta came up limping. They did look a little leggy, but I think even if they were rested, City just City was just so fluid. They were so fluid. I don't
Hmm.
think it would have mattered. I think maybe Palace would have scored one, but City would have won the game either way. Whether it was 3-1 or 3-0 or 2-1, they would have won the game no matter what. They look that good. But the big worrying sign about this is as a football fan, Rodri is not recovering from that ACL injury, and it looks
Did
like
he play?
no, he's out, and
Hmm.
it looks like he's going to be out until the new year because he's not recovering properly from it. He's got a weak hamstring, his quad's weak, and he can't seem to get fitness, which is really worrisome because as much as an Arsenal fan, I don't want Rodri back because I think he adds a different dimension to that team and makes it even harder for us to win the league. But as a football fan, I do want Rodri back because he's a Ballon d'Or winner for a reason, and I think he I would hate for him to end his career on something like this. So just my thoughts, just being honest.
Those injuries are not easy to recover from. It's a gamble. You can either come back and kickstart your career again, or you can come back and it's pretty much the beginning of the end of your career, right? ACL injuries are very, very serious, and we've seen two different ends of the spectrum, right? In terms of Rodri and how he bounced back from it, and then Jurgen Timber. Timber's a beast, right? He's come back from ACL and he's playing week in, week out now, and he's still flying into tackles and he's still doing his thing. Where it's like you see someone like Rodri who's struggling to recover from it, you know, and even to an extent like Jesus, we've seen Jesus struggle to recover from his first serious knee injury. He came back and did the other
Let's
one.
get another one.
So
Yeah.
it's like it's a catch-22 with those type of injuries. They say the knee injuries, right? The ACL and the Achilles are some of the worst that you can get in football.
The Tyne-Wear Derby did not disappoint. I don't know if you guys watched the game. Newcastle Sunderland, Stadium of Light. Nick Boltomonda's own goal cost Newcastle all 3 points. But honestly, even watching the game, like Newcastle didn't really show much from an offensive standpoint. Yes, they were there from a physical standpoint, but from an offensive standpoint, they didn't really show much. Um, and it was a really nice moment at the end of the game. And I don't know if you guys remember the FA Cup game when Newcastle beat Sunderland. They took a photo with their fans, and Sunderland returned the favor and took a photo with their fans, just to kind of rub it in their face. And on their home ground, rather than putting on the board Sunderland versus
Visitors,
Newcastle,
it's not
they
bad,
put
yeah.
visitors. So that like the derby is real and the hatred runs deep, like very deep. So I got my popcorn ready for the reverse picture at St. James's Park. Um, but the big takeaway is Granit Xhaka is having an unreal season,
Yeah.
and Newcastle keep dropping, man. Sitting in 12th place now, like they do not look good, and it's worrisome because they got a League Cup game that they're the holders midweek. So who knows? Who knows? Maybe maybe Fulham does the unthinkable. Did you guys catch the game at all?
Second
I
half I
saw.
watched.
Mm,
Laurent?
no, no, no. Just saw the highlight.
Yeah.
That one goal.
Yo, if that was on the other side, unreal header.
Yeah, no, that's
Like that was fucking crazy.
yeah, that's what
Bar
I'm thinking.
down.
I'm thinking he thought it was on the other side. You know what I mean? Like the way he, yeah. But
Yeah.
yeah, it is what it is.
Um, Last game before we move on to the League Cup preview. Brentford. Um, they could have won, man. They ruined my parlay. Um, Dominic Calvert-Lewin scored late, and they both walked away with 1 point. Leeds has been playing well, man. Like I know maybe they're not picking up all 3 points, but they've been playing well.
Yeah.
They've had a couple tough games. Like Brentford away is tough. Um, they hosted Liverpool. They
Yeah.
beat up on Chelsea. Um, you know, they had a chance to walk away with a point at the Etihad. They almost had a chance to beat Aston Villa as well. So they've been on a pretty good run. Um, so I would not want to be facing them anytime soon. Before the pod started, I was talking to CJ about this. Lauren, I said this to you last time. Manchester United getting all this extra time. Will they win tomorrow against Bournemouth?
Mm,
Because they're just getting rest on rest on rest, man.
yeah, I can see him. I can see him.
Beating Bournemouth?
Yeah, yeah. For one, I mean, again, like in terms of their style of play, I think they're growing more and more comfortable with their identity, right? And what the manager is trying to do. So,
Really?
yeah, yeah, no, yeah, I can see it. I think for them, it's more so again the defensive side of things, but on the offense, right? They have options. They
For
have
now.
lots of options.
For now.
Oh yeah, that's true.
For now.
Mhm.
As AFCON's here,
Mm,
right?
yeah,
This is the last game that they're gonna have in Buemo.
yeah, that's a big blow.
Huge
And
blow.
Ahmed too.
Yeah,
Oh
Ahmed
yeah,
too. That's a huge
yeah,
blow. That's a huge blow.
yeah. No, that's true.
So we'll see. I mean, like, because the connection between Mbuemo and Mateus Cunha has been pretty decent. So we'll see. Um, all right, League Cup. It's weird not having an Arsenal game midweek. I'm not sure what to do with myself, but we get a break. well needed break before we face Everton next week and then face Palace on the 23rd. Hopefully the 23rd and not the 24th. But um, first League Cup game, Chelsea, Chelsea, Chelsea against League One side, Cardiff City. Are you going to punch your ticket to the top of Final Four?
Of course.
Is that
Are
your
you?
prediction?
Of course. Are you?
Am I?
Yeah.
100%.
Okay.
100%.
All right.
100%.
You're gonna beat on him like City did?
We're going to beat on them like City did?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's going to be controlled.
Mm. See, I don't think it was controlled with City, bro. Like that.
No,
That
no,
shows.
I'm saying we're going to be controlled.
All right. Well, listen, man. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah. As for Chelsea Cardiff, yeah, man, just put me down for Chelsea because it's only going one way.
Hmm. Okay. Um, Man City hosting Brentford. Um, fuck. I'm hoping. I'm praying Brentford win. I do not want to see these fucking robots in the League Cup. But do you guys think? I mean, well, we are predicting all three of these games. Um, do you guys give Brentford any chance in this game?
No.
No.
Like just straight up no?
Yeah. Straight up no.
Wow.
You do?
I give him a fighting chance. Yeah, yeah. I give him a fighting chance. Um, then last one for this week, Newcastle host Fulham with their cup defense. Um, I'm assuming you guys don't give Fulham any chance at St James's Park.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, man. I think Fulham has been pretty decent in the last two games they've had. Um, I'd say don't rule him out. Yeah, I'd say don't rule him out.
Because they beat Spurs, but everybody beats Spurs. They had the 4-5 thriller against City. They lost to Palace 2-1. They beat Burnley 3-2. Um, they beat Sunderland, and then and then they lost to Everton at home. I don't know. Something just seems off about this Newcastle side. I don't
Hmm.
think this is the game that they lose, but something seems off about this Newcastle side. Um, I mean, I guess CJ, are you Chelsea too for the prediction?
Yeah. Yeah.
Are we all going City?
Hmm.
Yeah.
And then what are we doing with Newcastle Fulham?
I'm going Newcastle just. You can put me down for Newcastle. I think they'll edge it out at home.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think I'm Newcastle as well. Not gonna lie.
Yo, why you copying CJ, bro?
Bro, I was just about to say, like,
Don't
fuck.
worry, I
Well,
got you. I got you.
well. Funny enough, funny enough, right? Had you asked me first, because I'm pretty sure that's how the order is, right? The last person and gives their position first. That would have been my answer.
Okay, so then let's do this. Let's do this because there's no other games to predict. What I propose is because we all have the same prediction. What I propose is that for this week and this week alone, we do the actual score to make it more interesting.
Hmm. All right, I'm down with that.
So you know what I mean, CJ? Because there's no other games for us to predict.
Yeah, yeah, I'm down with that. I'll whichever one you guys want to do, but I was gonna say, I guess maybe in the games that if we all do end up predicting like the same result or the same team, would you guys rather add a fourth game or you want to actually do the scores?
I would say to do the scores because it adds a different dynamic to it.
What about you, Laurent? Because the only thing with the scores is that it could be anything. Like the scores we can still all get wrong too, you know? Whereas if you had like a fourth game, there has to be one winner and one loser, right? If say we all do the score one and we could still all be wrong. You know what I
So
mean?
then
Wait,
you guys want to
what?
add the United game,
Who are they even facing?
Bournemouth.
Oh, yeah, I'm down for that.
So what do you want to do? The scores or add Bournemouth as a fourth game?
Yeah, I'm down for adding Bournemouth to that's for a game. I didn't even know that was going on.
I said that.
This guy's not
Yeah,
well paying attention, bro.
CJ, you okay? We add the Bournemouth game.
Yeah, 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 might as well.
All right, Laurent. Let's go in order.
menu,
As long as he doesn't get upset that we, you know, if we have the same prediction as him, fucking
men,
guy.
menu.
Man, you eh? Hmm,
Yeah, this is tough.
interesting.
Wow, Bournemouth has dropped down to 15.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Hmm. I don't. I just don't trust Amarim.
Yeah, I
Because
also don't buy that whole thing of. Oh, sorry, what were you gonna say?
no, because the last time I think last year when they played at Old Trafford, Bournemouth won 3-0. And then the reverse fixture at the Vitality, they drew 1-1. So you were gonna say you don't buy
But I know Laurent was mentioning, like, you know, it seems like the managers they're starting to, you know, get an identity under the manager and pick up on his style of play and all that and stuff. But man, you just like again, they can get 3 points one week and then next week shit the bed. They're just a hard team to predict at the moment. I feel like.
because like look at their last few fixtures. They beat up on Wolves. They drew West Ham. They beat Palace. They lost to Everton. Down a man. Everton were down a man. They drew Spurs. They drew Forest. They beat Brighton. They beat Liverpool. They beat Sunderland. They lost to Brentford. Yeah, I'm gonna go draw. I'm gonna go draw. I don't think United win this game.
Hmm.
Here comes Laurent's calling. Why you always gotta match my prediction, bro?
I'm gonna go. Hmm. You know what? Fuck. I hate to do this. I'm gonna give these fuckers the benefit of the doubt. I think they'll edge it though. United. Yeah.
Look at his face.
Oh, I missed it. He made a face.
Yo, Laurent, that's okay, bro. You're 1 point behind. You can go ahead of me. Actually, no, you tie me.
Yeah, he would tie. Yeah.
See?
What's the score right now? Even me and
You
you
and
are
I on
level, right?
38, on Laurent's on 37.
Hmm.
Laurent, do you want to change anything else? Anyone other your predictions?
Nope,
Are you sure you don't want to change the Chelsea one?
nope.
Sure.
So we all got the same prediction for the League Cup game.
Yeah. I don't think all three of those are gonna happen.
And it seems like one of those League Cup games, right? Something's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Shit, maybe Cardiff might do something, eh?
To be honest with you, to be honest with you, that is the game that I'm looking at.
Then change your prediction. Put your money where your mouth is. If you really think, right, do what you did with Wolves. Come on, I dare you, bro. I fucking dare you. Oh my gosh, I dare you. I know you're feeling brave, right? Like, come on, man.
Well, if I change my prediction, we take out the United game
All right,
because all three of our predictions aren't the same.
that's fair. That's fair. But I dare you, bro. I actually dare you. Right? If that's how you're feeling.
Oh man, I really
I
want to.
I dare
I
you, bro.
really, really want to.
I dare you. I dare you. I double, triple, quadruple dare you, bro. Change it. Show us that you really don't think, that we're gonna go out there and get the job done. Come on, show us, show the world how little you think of us, bro. That's what I want to see.
Hmm. Let's see. When was the last time Cardiff beat you guys? 1986 League Cup.
How are they doing in their domestic?
Let's see. I don't even know Cardiff City standings. Let's see. They're
And
first.
they are, and they're home, right?
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, man. We're not even good away as of our recent performances.
Let's see. So the last time they beat you guys was 1986 in the League Cup. Oh wow, Chelsea. Look at that. CJ, do you know what League Division 2 is? I don't know what that is. I don't really understand what League Division 2 is.
Yeah,
Does that mean that a team's been relegated? Hmm. 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 I don't know. CJ, do you know what relegation is?
It's unfamiliar territory, I'll say that. Doesn't sound too familiar to us.
Hmm. Hmm. Oh man.
So yeah, you gonna switch it or what? Funny enough, apparently you guys have been relegated once,
We've never been relegated.
but I'll leave that for you to do your
We've never been
research.
relegated.
I'll leave that for you to do your research.
Arsenal have never been relegated.
I'll leave that for you to do your research.
Arsenal has never been
All right,
relegated, my
fair.
friend.
Listen, I'll leave that for you to do your research.
Um,
But what about our prediction? Are you keeping it or what are we doing here? Huh?
when did you guys play? You guys played yesterday, right?
Yeah. Saturday, yeah.
Okay, so you both have the same amount of rest. Mm. Yo, CJ, am I crazy for wanting to do it?
Absolutely not, bro.
Not crazy, no. There's an argument there to do it. It depends if you're gonna take the bullet that he's or bite the bullet that he's throwing at you. He's calling you out, mate. What are
The
you gonna
thing is,
do?
do I have more faith in Bournemouth or do I have more faith in Cardiff?
I feel like you deserve 2 points. If you switch and go with Cardiff and you get it right, you deserve an extra point.
Bro, what? No.
Nah, he does, bro. What? That's
No. No.
no.
No. Like what? No.
Why? What are you nervous about?
It's
Yeah,
not nervous. It's
see,
like
like,
there's
see.
nothing about it's not even about nervousness,
we
but it's like now you guys are just making up rules out of the
what?
jump. Since
What?
bro, since when has a prediction ever been worth 2 points? Give
You
me an
told him to
instance.
switch his
Yeah,
prediction.
you're the
No,
one
no,
who's
no, no, but I'm
you're the
saying give me
one
an
who's like
instance.
calling me out. You called me out against Wolves and I did it. I stood my ground. Now you're calling me out again. So hey, put your money where your mouth is.
Listen, for the Wolves situation, you put your own, bro. You decided to make your bed and do whatever you. You know what I mean? Like,
No, I said that I think that they have a chance, and then you're like, "Oh, do it, do it, do it, do it." Because listen, I understand when we have to feed we have when we have to give to bottom feeders. Like, I get it, man. It's
Mm.
okay, bro. I get it. You're struggling to finish top four. You want to like stay relevant in our prediction series, so it's all good, man. So is it gonna be worth 2 points if I change it? Because if it is,
it's
then
not
I'll
gonna be
do it
worth.
right away.
It's not gonna be worth 2 points.
Hmm.
Why would it be worth 2 points?
Because hey, you're calling me.
Justify,
If you're
just,
calling me out, I'm
just,
calling you out
no, no, justify to me why that prediction is gonna be worth 2 points.
because you're calling me out, and I'm calling you out.
No, just I can call you out on any prediction. So now what? Every prediction that I call you out on is gonna be worth 2 points? No.
All
No,
right,
no.
bro. Okay, it's not worth the 2 points before Laurent has a fucking
He's fucking.
bitch
Yeah,
fit.
he's catching a feel. Um. All right. No worries. We'll just keep the predictions as is.
Yeah,
So
that's what I thought, bro. That's what I thought.
see this.
That's what I thought.
The funny thing is gonna be
Put
when we
put some
record
fucking
on.
respect on our name, bro. That's what I thought. You don't have the fucking galls, the balls to stand up and say that Chelsea is not gonna come out on that day victorious, bro. So stop doing that. Whatever you're trying to do to make it seem like no, because you yourself don't believe it. You yourself don't believe
I
it.
do believe it,
No,
but
you
the
don't. No,
thing
you
is,
don't.
because there's no reverse fixture, I can't predict a draw.
Oh wait, so you want to predict the draw for this?
Yeah. But there's no reverse fixture, so even if it is a draw, it's going to go to PKs. Then it's a crapshoot in PKs. I don't think you guys win the game like outright.
Oh,
I
you're
think
saying in
you,
full time,
yes, I
bro.
don't think you guys win in full time. I don't think you do. Chelsea does not travel well, and you guys
Without
are.
Yeah.
without without our star boy. But now that we have our star boy, bro, we're gonna
Oh.
travel first class, bro. We're gonna
Bro,
travel first class.
The first time Cole Palmer gets hit from a League One side defender, he's gonna fucking crawl up into his shell and tell Enzo to take him off. It's a completely different game at League One.
All right, so yeah, tell you what, I'll do this. I'll do this.
I'm
Because
listening.
so if we don't win outright, right? Um, and if we do end up winning, then I don't get the point. You see what I'm
Oh,
saying?
so you're saying so you're
So
saying Chelsea full time.
yeah, I'm saying we're beating him full time.
Okay.
Yeah, because if that's what you're saying, right? That we're not gonna be in full time, then still put up the wager, right? But if it goes beyond full time, then it's not a point for me, even if we do win. But your prediction, as far as I'm concerned, is a draw and not a Chelsea
Well,
loss.
yeah, it's a draw because I don't know what's gonna happen when it goes to
Right.
PKs,
But
and I would
right,
expect
but
a
I'm
$2 billion squad will be able to beat
okay.
a $500,000 squad.
Okay, but so then yeah, so the condition is as followed. So for me to get the point, Chelsea have to win full time. If they don't get the point,
So then, are we taking out the Man United Bournemouth game?
yeah, yeah, we can take that out.
Okay, so then my prediction is going to be draw for the
hmm
Chelsea game.
hmm
Okay, I'll do that. All right, that works. I'm just gonna put an FT next to your name. All right, that's a good pod, fellas. Yo, you look so cheesed right now. I
No,
fucking love it.
I'm just wondering how I'm getting away with this, man.
Fucking love it.
Easy points, bro. Easy points. You're giving me wolves here and there and shit, bro. Listen, I'd be a bottom feeder to the day I die, but so long as I'm winning and I'm going to win this fucking shit, I don't care, bro. You guys can do all of that, but just wait, bro. Just wait. So like,
Oh. The funny part's gonna be when the fat lady sings and you don't win, and
all
we've
right,
given you all this opportunity.
all right. Keep it up, man. Keep it up with your generosity, bro. It's highly appreciated.
Listen, it is Christmas.
Mm,
It's Christmas. It is the time of giving.
mm.
Yo, CJ, you look like you just want popcorn.
Yeah, Russ is funny, man. I'm just chilling, listening to all this back and forth. You know, it's funny. 2 weeks in a row, you bit the bullet there. You know, he's trying to drag you out, fam. You're falling into it.
It's
But hey,
okay. It's okay. I know when it gets thick, I'm gonna be right.
geez, that was a crazy sentence just now. But yeah, I hear what you're saying still.
What, like thick like mud?
Mm.
I don't know where your head's at, bro.
Yeah, I don't know. That was a little wild for a Sunday night, but yeah, man, should be interesting. Should be
Yo,
interesting to
that water
see.
you're drinking is, I think you gotta switch it up. Get a Brita filter on that.
Yo, funny enough, I'm not sipping anything tonight. Have you guys seen me sip anything? It's a dry night, you know? It's one of those ones, Sunday night, you know? It's a dry night, man. It's a dry night.
Ugh.
That result yesterday, honestly, I can't lie. That performance from the Arsenal and that result yesterday made me feel like I needed to sip something. Can't lie. Mans were, uh, Mans were a little bit stressed at full time. I told you, I almost canceled my Christmas event with the fam if
Mm.
that result went any other way. But we move, you know? We move. Much needed break for our guys this week.
Yep. Keep it moving. Tomorrow we get to enjoy United Bournemouth, and then we got the League Cup games. And yeah, we'll be back with episode 67. We'll you know, support the kids with 6-7. All three of us will do one of these. Um, do you know what I'm talking? Why? Do you guys know what I'm talking about, or you guys don't?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. All right,
No,
old man doesn't know what the fuck we're talking about. Your homework is search up what 6-7 means.
all right, sure.
I'm being serious.
Yeah, yeah, no, I'll look it up.
Mm, mm. Make sure you look it up when Cardiff City are slapping Chelsea.
Uh, mm,
Yo, did you ask Santa for a gift this year, Laurent?
no, I did not.
Mm, should have.
Yeah, for what? A Chelsea kit?
How did you know?
Hmm. Shit, man. I think
Are you
it's
a mind reader?
yeah, maybe.
Fuck. What am I thinking now?
Hmm. Let me see. Yeah, I think I fucked up with that Cardiff prediction. But but I can't go.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. All right, boys. Till the next one.
Mm-hmm. Till the next.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Hit the like
Adios.
button and hit
Oh,
subscribe, and we'll be here. Happy holidays to all. As the holidays are approaching, stay warm, stay safe, and keep supporting the Arsenal. And for those of Chelsea persuasion, my condolences.
message you moms, don't drop your kid when they're born.
I got none.
Adios.
I got nothing safe.